Hello everybody, Austin Hill Shaw, founder of Creativity Matters and author of The Shoreline of Wonder on Being Creative. I want to thank you for taking the creativity quiz, for taking a little bit of time out, for taking the creativity quiz. You know, it's taken me a long time in order to develop that quiz in a really simple manner. And I want to talk a few things before I get into sort of the type of creator that you are, that you probably already discovered from taking the test, but I want to put a little caveat on that. You know, the creativity quiz serves as a guideline as who you are, and it may apply to all sorts of aspects of your life and might only apply to certain aspects of your life, okay? The thing about any identification that we take on, we don't necessarily, we want to use it as a tool and not as a fixed thing. Does that make sense? Okay? As you probably know from the top, that there are basically three types of creators. There are basically three categories of creators. There are visionaries, there are manifestors, and then there are self-expressors. Again, there are visionaries, there are manifestors, then there are self-expressors. And the thing is that each and every one of you have all of those qualities already, okay? Each and every one of you is a creator, first and foremost. And you all have visionary aspects to you. You all have ways in which you bring those visions and manifest them in the world. And there's also ways in which you are self-expressed, where you find yourself in the experience of creative flow on some level, all right? So let's just use this as a guideline, not as something totally rigid, all right? This is something to serve you. And it's also to help you to understand people around you, how you can build better teams, how you can start to work with people that have perhaps complementary things that might help you in order to forward your own creative projects or their creative projects. You know, there's great joy in helping one another, especially when we're collaborating creatively. So I will encourage you to do that. I encourage you to use this quiz in order so that you can understand yourself better, perhaps understand your friends better, encourage them to take the quiz if they haven't taken it already. And you know, it's going to give you insight into all kinds of ways in which you can start to have leverage and bring more creativity as a natural expression of the way that you live, okay? So, in order to understand what type of creator you are, I want to contextualize this in my basic definition of creativity. My basic definition of creativity is connecting with the world and affecting the world in a meaningful way, okay? My definition of creativity is connecting with the world and affecting the world in a meaningful way. Again, connecting with the world and affecting the world in a meaningful way, okay? Those are the three components of creativity, in my opinion. One's connection, one's affecting the world, and one is the meaning, okay? The meaningful aspect of it, all right? So, how does this apply to the different types of creators, okay? Well, connecting with the world is what allows us to have those aha moments. Connection is actually a way by which we open ourselves up on some levels and we experience the world coming rushing in. It's that coveted experience of the light bulb going off on top of your head. That is what connection is like. And that is associated with visionaries. Okay? The visionaries are those individuals that typically have lots of insightful experiences that lead to insightful ideas. They're the people that are sort of coming up with things kind of all the time, right? They have lots and lots of creative ideas, and they just sort of, there's kind of somewhat of a steady stream that's there. Of course, they have their dry spells, we all do, but there is this propensity to be more open and connecting with the world, all right? And each and every one of you has that capacity within you. You all have your aha moments at different times in your lives, okay? So all of us have visionary qualities within us, okay? Next is the affecting the world, okay? This affecting the world is what we do when we are manifestors. okay? So the manifestor is one who takes the creative insight and brings it into the world, right? They're doing the work of bringing that insight into the world. They are rolling up their sleeves, they're assessing their resources, they're looking out at other people who might be able to help them, and they are working in a way so that whatever that insight is, whether it's their own or somebody else's, can be made into a reality, all right? Now, we spend a lot of our lives in this realm of being manifestors, okay? So, as a manifestor, it's important that we learn how to work more skillfully in the world, that we learn how to manage our time, that we learn how to manage our resources, to understand budgets, those sorts of things. All those good productivity and performance things apply to being a manifestor, okay? So manifestors are the ones who bring things into the world. And finally, we have what I call the self-expressors. Okay? The self-expressors work at the level of meaning. Okay? And the reason self-expressors bring meaning into their own lives and the lives of others is because the way in which they're being is being and drawing upon both the connecting and affecting the world, connecting with the world and affecting the world in a meaningful way at the same time. Okay? So this is when we are self-expressing, we are in that experience of creative flow. You've all been in that experience before, right? Often you see self-expression amongst performers, right? A great performer is a great self-expressor. There's a sense of something much larger being channeled through them, which enriches our lives, which makes us, inspires us in some ways, and it brings meaning to our lives, okay? But you don't need to be in a performer necessarily to be and a self-expressor. You don't have to be up on stage in order to bring meaning to people's lives. You can do that in your daily interactions with people, just by one, connecting with them, okay? And then affecting their lives in a way by offering them something or saying, hey, I really appreciate what you did for me there. It's like, you know, that's a great idea. Like bringing out their natural creativity. That brings meaning to people's lives too, okay? So this is just a way and a start by which you can begin to develop your own innate creativity, okay? Each and every one of us is kind of in one of these categories. We sort of tend towards one of the others. And our job as creators is, one, to continue to work with our natural strengths, but also work in order to bring up those weak areas, either by working on them ourselves or creating teams with others who share opposite strengths than we have, okay? Great teams always have people with different strengths in them and different ideas that are coming in. And those tensions and paradoxes and those opposites, there's often creative gold in that, okay? So don't be intimidated by people who are different than you. You know, if you're a visionary, don't be intimidated by a person who's a manifestor, who's doing things all the time. Likewise, if you're a manifestor, don't be intimidated by the visionary. You both have things to learn with one another. Self-expressors as well. The performers have to learn how to basically, you know, get to the gig in time, and also keep creating new material. So we're all cycling through these things too. This is just a guideline for you to start to understand your creativity better. And my commitment to you is to empower you as a creator. I will continue to bring new information, new ideas, new frameworks so that you can have both inspiration and step-by-step instructions so that you can continue to grow your creative capacities in whatever setting you want to use them in. And my hope is that you use them in all settings. Because again, since creativity is the basis of who we are, why not apply it to all aspects of our lives? Why not apply it to our jobs and our relationships and our entertainment, okay? Our going out in the evening, our traveling, our moving through the city, all those sorts of things are opportunities by which we can connect with the world and affect the world in a meaningful way, all right? Calling upon our qualities as a visionary, as a manifestor, and a self-expressor, all of which are in you already, okay? So again, this is Austin Hill Shaw. I'm the founder of Creativity Matters, and I'm urging you to connect deeply, to make a difference and to inspire creativity in others. Thank you so much. Please share this quiz with anybody you know. I want to empower as many people as I can with this, and I believe this is a great place to start. Thank you so much.